How y'all doing today? What is good with all my signs of the zodiac? We're going to take a look today at your current situation. So stick around. So how are you all doing today? Haven't done an all signs for the current person in a long time. So this is a current person reading. If you are not experiencing any problems, issues, or concerns in your current relationship, this is not for you. And like I always say, if you have a relationship where there's no problems, issues, or concerns, I don't even think you should be watching me personally. Oh, well, you're welcome to tune in regardless. So for those of you who would like to schedule a personal reading, all the information on how to go about doing that is in the description box of this video. And don't forget, for the remainder of September, all of my pre-recorded personal readings are $50 off. So all that information is in the description of this video. All right. Oh, yeah, I got a new course coming too, by the way. New course coming. It is currently being put together and edited and added to my School of Self-Mastery right now as we speak. Hopefully that will be up and running today. If not, definitely tomorrow. Probably the most important course I have in my School of Self-Mastery. The healing process. A step-by-step actual description of the healing process and how it works from start to finish. Something I don't think I've ever heard anybody talking about last time I checked. So hopefully you can take that course and figure out how to apply it to your life and actually see real results. That's my goal. That's my intention. All right, let's go ahead and jump on into this. Let's see what we got for Aries. What's the problem? What's the issue with Aries and their current situation? What's the energy look like? Knight of Swords. It doesn't look too horrible. Ten of Pentacles reversed. So some of the issues that you all are experiencing could have a lot to do with financial stress, maybe. Especially in the day and age that we're in and these times where the economy is garbage and it don't look like it's getting any better anytime soon. So there could be a lot of issues over, like I said, financial stress. I think you're just getting straight up tired of the drama, though, honestly. Oh, okay. Communication at first. Ooh, and the 10 of Cups reversed too. At first, I was going to say it looks like good communication when this first came out. But I felt a feeling of, shh, don't say nothing. And now I see why. Ace of Swords, Page of Swords reverse. So communication is horrible between the two of you. You're just straight up sick of the drama. I'm starting to feel like this is unrequited love too. But with the Page of Wands in the heart of the spread, I think you are just straight up dealing with somebody who just is not capable of stepping up and being the person you need them to be. I just think they are too immature. Maybe some of you have been given this person chance after chance. You've been waiting and waiting, hoping that one of these days they'd squeeze and pop their head out of their ass and grow up one day, and it just hasn't happened. Oh, I know there's at least one of you that it's been 6, 7, 8 years now. You know, and this person just does not seem to be getting it. I don't think they have the capacity to do so, if that resonates with you. Because I know this being in the heart of the spread, there's at least a handful of you dealing with somebody who's just entirely too immature with all these pages here. No kings, no queens, just pages. Hang on a second, y'all. All right, could be a Virgo for some of you. I also have Aquarius and Cancer. Okay, well, let me just get a real quick look at this person's energy and their feelings. 3 cards. 3 cards for their energy and their feelings. Let's see. Okay, they feel like they're walking on eggshells. They feel like there's always drama. They don't want to move on from this. They really don't want things to be over. But this person's a little bit manipulative too, by the way. You know that, right? You know this person's manipulative. They're probably real good at manipulating you too. They're probably good at it. Or at least they were in the past. I think it's kind of getting to the point now where, see, in order to manipulate somebody, they have to care. It's really hard to manipulate somebody that don't give a shit. So while you still cared for the longest time, it was much easier to manipulate you. It might be getting harder now. They're a little bit manipulative, though. They know all your soft spots. They know all your weaknesses, and they know exactly when to hit one right at the right time. What's the outcome? Oh, 3 of Swords. Could end up being a third-party situation, honestly. Yeah, I'm kind of feeling like maybe somebody else. Yup. Somebody else is catching your eye. Somebody else is catching your eye. I don't know if you're going to leave them for somebody else, but I'm definitely seeing a third energy making its way in there. I'm not seeing an ending, though. That's the thing. What's the advice here? What is the advice? Oh, Empress reversed. Well, I'm going to default back to the advice that I always give. Ask yourself this. Okay. Now, I don't care what you tell me. Don't matter. I don't care, to be honest with you. So don't bother telling me. Ask yourself this. If I could flip a magic switch and fix my relationship, would I be interested in doing that? Take yourself as deep into La La Land as you have to imagine this little made up scenario. There's a magical switch. There's a magic button on the wall. Would I push it if it would fix my relationship? I'm thinking that, honestly, most of you would not. There may be some of you that would, but I think those of you who would be interested in doing that are probably in the minority for this situation here. So if you would not, I don't know what you're waiting on. Now, for those of you who do want to fix things, the tricky thing about this is there isn't one piece of advice that I can give one person that'll fix a relationship. It's impossible. It's impossible. The only way I would be able to give advice that could help fix a relationship would be if both of you came to me asking for advice and both of you were willing to take and apply the advice. That's the only way that would work. The only way that would work. So the only thing you have control of is you. Only thing you are able to focus on is your own healing, your own evolution, your own ascension. And it makes it very, very difficult to focus on your own healing whenever you are stuck with somebody who is stuck in the same spot, not making any progress in your own life. It's very distracting. It's difficult. So, I tell you what, take that information and do with it what you will. All right, Taurus. What's the issue in Taurus's relationship? What's going on? What's the problem? What's the issue? What's the concern here? Knight of Coins. Okay, some of you have already been on and off. I know that's not all of you, but I feel like there's a little handful of you. You done been on and off with this person before, haven't you? This may be the second or third reconciliation attempt. And has anything changed? It almost never does. Let me, just as a little side note here, of all of the people that I've observed, been around, and in the thousands and thousands of clients that I've worked with and read for, I've only met one person. One. Uno. One person who claims to have witnessed a successful reconciliation. I've never seen it happen. That doesn't mean that it's never happened, doesn't mean that it can't happen. It's just so uncommon and so rare. But I know that's not all of you. But even if it's not, I feel like, this is hanging on by a thread. This is hanging on by a thread. You all don't really open up and express your feelings towards each other fully. There's a lot of repressed feelings, secrets being kept. Somebody here, I can't tell who it is, but one of you doesn't even feel safe opening up and fully expressing. Somebody here. With the moon card, 7 of Wands. That's that walking on eggshells energy. I can't open up and express what's on my mind, or it'll start a fight. So I can't tell you the truth. I can't open up and express to you how I feel or what my concerns are or what's going on in my mind, or it starts a fight. So Hangman, Tower card reversed. We're just basically hanging around, waiting for what? I don't know. Tinkerbell to come sprinkle magical pixie dust on the relationship and fix it, or just to wake up one day and everything go back to normal, or for everything to just come to an end. I don't know. We're just kind of hanging and waiting and seeing where this goes. You know what I don't have on the table here? I don't have one single cup. Not one. Not one. Not a cup. That would indicate to me there's not a true mutual love connection. Not mutual. Maybe there was never one formed to begin with for some of you. Let's look at this person's energy and their feelings. 3 cards. Just 3. Not pulling a full spread. They feel like it's very unfair. They feel like they're treated very unfairly. I don't know why they feel that way. Don't ask me. Could be a Libra for some of you. They still feel a real strong connection with you, though. They basically feel like you're a part of them. Maybe for some of you, y'all have been together so long that it doesn't matter how toxic it is. You're their comfort zone. Oh, I've seen that happen. Matter of fact, I can think of 2 couples right now, 2 of them, who have been on and off and on and off and on and off for many, many years. And it's incredibly toxic. It's not a relationship that I would envy, even if I was single. But they've been in it for so long that that's just their comfort zone. If you sit in shit long enough, it's eventually going to become comfortable and you'll stop smelling it. Have you ever met somebody who did like 10 years in prison and then they get out and they don't know how to function? They don't know how to function out of prison. They're very uncomfortable. They don't like it. Same thing. It's kind of what I'm feeling, how I'm feeling like this person is right here. Could be a Gemini for some of you. What's the outcome? Outcome from now until the end of October. Oh, somebody's finally walking away from this. Somebody walking away from this. What's the advice? Four of Pentacles, Ace of Wands reversed. All these wands, dude. I mean, if you're really honestly not feeling it, look, okay, let me give you this advice. Especially if it's a long-term relationship that, now this may only be a select few of you. This may not be very many of you, but this is so important that somebody needs to hear this. If you've been in a long-term relationship for a real long time that is deadly toxic, not deadly, but extremely toxic. You don't even like walking in the door of your own home. You dread waking up in the morning. You love going to work just to get away from this person. You know, that type of toxicity. But you've been in it for so long that you're scared. You know that it's still going to be painful to get away from this person, It's still going to be scary to start over and start new and start fresh. So you don't know what to do. You have two painful paths ahead of you. I either go through the pain of breaking free and growing and evolving, or I go through the pain of sitting in the same spot and experiencing this for the rest of my life. Think about this. The pain and the discomfort that comes with change, growth, and evolution is temporary. That pain and discomfort won't last forever. You break out of something, it's painful, it hurts. That's temporary. It only hurts for a temporary period of time. But the pain and the discomfort that comes from sitting in the same spot is permanent. Take that information and do with it what you will. All right, Gemini. What's the issue with Gemini and the current person? What's the issue? What's the dealio, Emilio? Gemini. Oh, I had a feeling I had to open up the chat. Got a super chat. Who we got here? Earth Angel 1111. Thank you for that super chat. Appreciate you. Thank you. All right. All right, Gemini. Let's see. What's the issue? What's the problem? What's going wrong? Boom. Two of Cups. Well, duh. This is the current person. Maybe that means, okay, so straightforward and direct. If you're wondering whether or not there's going to be a separation from the last week of September till the end of October, no, I'm not seeing that. By the way, that's the time frame here, y'all. My fucking camera. I got to get in there. I forgot to mess with the autofocus. The time frame here is from now, which is what, the 27th? From the 27th of September until Halloween night. That's the time frame that I'm putting the intention into. Okay. Thank you, Nessie Lee. Did I say that right? Ness Lee. Thank you for that super chat. Appreciate you. All right. Oh, look, check it out, Gemini. We got the Devil and the Ten of Wands. And the Empress, though. Some of you could have kids with this person. I feel like there's a couple of you who feel like you're stuck in this situation for the kids. So, look, Empress, Ten of Wands, Devil card. Could be a Capricorn or a Taurus for some of you. But yeah, this is starting to become detrimental to your health. Starting to become detrimental to your health. And yes, it's 2023. It's no longer up for debate, no longer up for speculation. Your emotions have a direct impact on your health. A direct impact. Matter of fact, you know they have the technology to scan your body, and they can see what parts of the body you're sending what energy to. Oh, they can see that. Whenever you repeat like a negative thought, and you run that through your head for an hour, they can see what organs and what area of your body that energy is going to. Oh, yes, they do. Oh, yes, they do. Anyway, I think it's starting to become detrimental to your health. Lover's card again. This is your energy. This is the Gemini card, by the way. But man, this person is just not something that you can walk away from. You know it needs to be done, but you're terrified. You're afraid to do it. There could have been cheating, infidelity in the past. If you do not have rock solid evidence of that, do not take that and run with it. But I guarantee you, at least there's suspicion of infidelity in the past. You know what the issue here is? This is a karmic contract that you all have already completed. You completed this soul contract a long time ago. That's the reason why, if you fail to move on to the next assignment, when you complete one assignment, the universe will apply pressure and apply pressure and apply pressure and apply pressure until you get so uncomfortable that you have no choice. Mm-hmm. Yeah. See, hey, your next soul contract is waiting. This one's complete. Maybe for some of you, and I know this may sound kind of cold. I get it. I don't mean it that way. But you would be surprised how we plan some things out before incarnation. Some of you only came together with this person to bring your child into the world. And that was the primary reason why the two of you came together. One of our soulmates, our soul family on the other side, we made the agreement to play the part of parent and child. Okay. This soulmate agreed to be our child, and it picked a very specific avatar. A very specific avatar. So we have to come together at this time in order to manifest that avatar for this soul to incarnate in. And that's the only reason why we came together. Then, time to separate for some of you. That's not all of you. I know that, but I have a feeling that resonates with at least one of you. Oh, boy. Wow, this is heavy. Man, damn it. You know what? Y'all did this to me yesterday, too. And hang on, let me text my wife real quick. I need to get her to bring me some sage. Y'all, wasn't that you? Well, I'm pretty sure it was the Gemini reading yesterday. It brought in such a heavy energy. Yeah, I'm going to need to sage the room, man. This shit's heavy. Let's get a real quick, energetic look at this person's energy. Let's get a look at their energy, their feelings, their intentions. How they feel about you. What's their energy look like? Thank you, babe. Thank you. All right. There we go. And how about some Palo Santo? I'm going to bake the room out here, y'all. I haven't saged in here in a minute. All right. All right. Let's get a quick look at this person's feelings, energy, and intentions. Queen of Wands. So I think they view you as being too stubborn and fixed. A Gemini being stubborn and fixed? I ain't never heard of that before. I guess it's possible. Maybe if you have like a Taurus moon and an Aquarius rising or something like that, maybe I could see that, but Three of Pentacles. Okay. See? Yeah. This person has very low self-confidence. Very low self-esteem. They don't think they'll be able to find anybody else. That's one of the main reasons why they're still with you. They're staying with you because they're too afraid of being alone. They're too afraid that if they leave this situation, they ain't going to find nobody else. Man, ain't that fucking pathetic? Sorry, but dude, if I don't care who you are, I don't care what your sign is. I don't care if you're an Aries, Scorpio, Taurus, or Leo. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're a man or a woman. If you have such a bad relationship with your own mind that you would rather be in a toxic fucking relationship than be by yourself, you have a serious fucking problem that you need to address. Don't know who that goes out to. I would imagine, though, that if that just pissed you off, you're probably the one that needed to hear it. Not trying to piss you off. I'm trying to help you. I say this because I care. That's a fucking problem. Rather stay in a toxic relationship than be alone. You hate yourself that bad? You can't be alone with yourself? That bad that you would rather be with somebody that shits on you and abuses you and whatnot? You got a problem and you need some serious healing. Serious. Now, we all got healing that we have to do, but that's pretty bad. So just throwing that out there. What's the advice for this situation? What's the advice? Four of Pentacles reversed. This is my favorite piece of advice. And you can use this throughout several different, aspects of your life. Ask yourself this. What would happen if I step back and let go? Like next time, maybe you're wondering about that friend that you have that you don't know whether or not this person needs to be a part of your life. You're always having to text them first and it just doesn't really seem like they care that much. Ask yourself this. Well, what would happen if I just step back and let you go? Now, this isn't the end all be all. This isn't a 100% of the time thing, but this is a good 75 to 80% accurate way of depicting, finding out who you need in your life and what you need to be doing. If I take a step back and I release and let you go, and you just drift away, I take that to mean that you're not supposed to be in my life. But this is saying release and let go. Don't try too hard, especially if you have already been the one putting forth all the work, all the energy, all the effort. It's time to get some reciprocation. If I said that right, you know what I mean. It's time for this person to reciprocate some energy. If you've been the only one working on it, step back and release. Step back and release. I don't want to go off on some cliche shit, but actions speak louder than words, dude. Speak way louder than words. If they ain't reciprocating, people treat you based on how they feel about you. And it's that simple. It's that simple. It's that simple. If you want to know how they feel about you, just pay attention to how they're treating you. It's very simple. Don't overthink it. Don't make it more than it needs to be. Don't make it all twisted and convoluted and all this. No. They treat you based on how they feel about you. Period. All right, Cancer. Cancer. What's the problem? What's the issue in Cancer's current situation? 5 of Cups, disappointment, Empress. Some of you could possibly have kids with this person. Either way, though, I do feel like this is something that is in long term for a lot of you. You have a karmic contract with this person and y'all ain't figuring it out. Whatever it is that's supposed to be in this soul contract, y'all ain't getting it right. We got the 10 of Cups and the Lover's card, both reversed. Y'all ain't figuring this soul contract out. Both of you are not on the same page at the same time, working towards the same goal. This feels kind of one-sided, honestly. One, the other, or possibly both of you. I've seen situations where it's both people. But one, the other, or both of you is more along the lines of, no, this is going to happen my way. You're going to do it my way. You're going to do this my way. I'm going to do whatever I want. You're going to do it my way. That don't work. That don't work. Drama, conflict. And it just keeps looping around and cycling around. It's like getting on a merry-go-round. Getting on a merry-go-round, you know. You go around and then you wave to your mom. Hi, Mom. Then you go back around and you get to your mom again. Hi, Mom. Mom's standing there. You're just going to keep repeating and repeating and repeating and repeating. And it just does not. Oh, 10 of Pentacles reversed too. I didn't even notice that. Right next to the 10 of Cups reversed. Could be some financial issues bringing a lot of stress as well. 6 of Cups reversed. Man, this just looks like a cycle on repeat to me. I'm just seeing a broken record is what I'm seeing here. I'm seeing a broken record. That's what this looks like. Could be a Gemini for some of you. Also have Taurus here. Let's get 3 cards on this person's feelings and their energy and intentions towards you. What's their energy look like? What are their motives and intentions? How they feel about you? Knight of Cups reverse, 3 of Swords reverse, 3 of Cups. They suspect a third party. They suspect a third party. I don't know why they suspect that. And I'm not even going into that. It could be so many different reasons. You know, maybe some of you gave them reason to believe that. Maybe some of you, they caught you flirting with somebody or something like that on your phone or something. Maybe some of you, this person is just paranoid and insecure. I don't know. But I feel like they suspect a third party, so they don't trust you, basically. Three of Swords, 3 of Cups, Knight of Cups. That's a suspected third party. What's the outcome from the last week of September till Halloween? Outcome. Last week of September to Halloween. What's the outcome? Ace of Cups reversed. 9 of Swords. The tension is getting thicker and thicker and thicker, but I'm not seeing an ending happening. But I'm not seeing you get a good night's sleep at the same time. What's the advice? Justice reversed. 7 of Wands reversed. So if you want to save this connection, what I like to do and what I like to advise in situations like this is to be the bigger person. Because, like I've said a million times, in order for a connection to fix itself, 2 people have to be willing to work on themselves. 2 people. 2. I get readings all the time asking, is this person going to change? And I have to tell them, well, if they do and you don't, y'all still separate by way of universal law because they're changing frequencies and you're not. 2 people have to change frequencies. So usually it really helps if you just be the bigger person. And, you know, there's nothing wrong with pointing out what this person needs to fix and whatnot, but then point out what you need to fix. Look, this is what I need to work on. Okay. You need to work on this. I know this is what I need to work on. I'll go first. I'll go first. And you're going to sit back and watch me. You're going to sit back and watch me grow and evolve as an individual. That's all you can really do. All you can really do. And like I've said before, that greatly increases the chances of that person following suit. They don't always, but it at least increases the chances. All right, Leo. 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 Boom. Emperor. Some of y'all could be dealing with an Aries, but I feel like there's a battle of control between the 2 of you. Battle of control. There could be suspected financial codependency. I'm not saying that there is or there is not, but especially if you're a little bit more blessed than the average person, you could suspect that this person may be using you for your money or only sticking around because of money. Now, I'm not looking at their energy yet, so I'm not saying whether or not that's true, but it could be strongly suspected. I'm actually honestly getting here that y'all are seriously in love with each other, but it may be a battle of control. You want things to go a certain way. They want things to go a certain way. And you all aren't coming together as a team. You could come together as a team. There's actually a lot of potential here. That's the thing. I'm seeing that this, of all the readings I've done so far in this video, this one here has the most potential I've seen out of all of them so far. I'm honestly kind of feeling like with the 10 of Wands in the reverse here, this issue, it's not going to end up resolving itself, but I do think the two of you are eventually going to end up coming to some sort of way of figuring out how to get through this, whatever this is. This is a mess, though. I'm not going to lie. This is a fucking scattered ass mess. Look at this. We got the Queen of Pentacles reversed. We got the Star card reversed. We got the goddamn Chariot in the reverse. It's a mess, dude. And the King of Wands, look, see? So I knew King of Wands was coming out. That's a battle of control there. Okay, well, fucking Christ. That's a mess. That gave me a headache, honestly. That gave me a head atchy. Throw a little bit more sage in the air. Oh, we still got some going. I need a new sage stick. This is almost all burnt out. We got a bunch down there in the garage. And I got some sage growing out in my backyard. I propagated that, though, so it's not ready for harvest. All right. Let's see how this person feels about you. Just 3 cards. How's this person feel about Leo? Knight of Cups reversed. Queen of Pentacles. 10 of Swords reversed. Yeah, like I said, I kind of really just feel like this person, their main issue is that they have their way. They have a vision in their mind that they want things to happen one certain way. And they're not happy unless things are happening the way they think they're supposed to happen. That's this person's main issue. It has to happen this way. And if it's not happening this way, I'm not happy, basically. You know what I mean? So that's really the biggest issue here. And that does have potential to lead to the detriment of the connection in the future. If that keeps up, you know. Doesn't look like bad intentions, though. What's the outcome from now until Halloween? What's the outcome? King of Wands reversed. Yeah, like I said, I feel like somebody is eventually going to end up backing down. I think this person is eventually, y'all are going to have some kind of conversation or something that shows this person I'm on the wrong path. I need to relax. Especially, going back to what I said a minute ago, for those of you who are a little bit more blessed financially than the average person. Especially, they going to see, whoa, you know what? I need to just kind of pull back a little bit and be thankful. They're going to see that. They're going to see that. I need to pull back and just count my blessings because I got it made right now. I got what most people wish they had. But for whatever reason, whether or not there's finances involved or whatever it is, I think this person is going to eventually end up seeing that they're actually just being a little bit ungrateful, you know? What's the advice? Any advice? Okay. This person, you have to somehow, you can't make somebody see that. That's the tricky part about it. You can't make them see that. And the harder you try to make them see that, the harder they're probably going to fight back. Actually, I think this needs very little advice. I'm not saying don't do anything. I'm not saying be lazy and don't put forth any effort. But I'm feeling like whatever conversation needs to be had, you will feel called when it's time to have that conversation. Whatever work needs to be done, you will feel called to do it when it's time. So in a way, this is going to kind of sort of work itself out. Doesn't mean you won't have to put forth any work or effort. You'll just know what to do when it's time. Does that make sense? All right, Virgo. What's happening with Virgo's situation? What is happening here? Judgment reversed. Some of you are starting to feel like this might be a lost cause. You're putting forth all the work, the energy, and the effort, and no matter what you do, it's almost like you've hit it from every angle you can think to hit it from. And no matter what angle you hit it from, it fights against you and works against you. This is a codependency connection. Somebody is in this relationship out of emotional codependency, meaning I'm in a relationship to create my happiness for me. I expect a person to make me happy. I expect a relationship to be my only source of happiness. I expect you to bring love to me, you know, and it don't work that way. You can't bring nobody love. Nobody can bring you love. And we need to quit even using that phrase. I get that in readings all the time. People come to me and one of their questions will say, "Do I have love coming in?" And I'll tell them, "No, you don't. No, you don't. That's not where love comes from. Love doesn't come in from the outside. Love comes from you, not to you. If you are empty and void of love, you are not a frequency match to a person who is radiating love. You can only attract according to the frequency in which you vibrate. You have to be radiating love in order to be a vibrational match to another person who is radiating love. That makes sense? So somebody here is very, very empty and has a big void in their heart. But I'm not seeing an ending happening. You're still up in your head, overthinking this. You've already done everything you can think to do. You've already exhausted every option that is available that you can possibly think of. But you're still overthinking it, trying to figure something else out. Still trying to think of some other variables that may be in there or some other way you can. You're exhausting yourself. Completely exhausting yourself. And communication between the two of you is horrible. But you're still holding on for dear life with the Strength card and the Five of Pentacles reversed. Yep. And then the Four of Pentacles comes out. Look, dude. See? Holding on for dear life. Okay. I take that to mean that was the message. That was funny. All right. Well, let's look at this person's energy. How do they feel about you? How do they see you? What are their thoughts, feelings, and opinions, hopes, dreams, and expectations? Four of Pentacles, they're holding on for dear life too. Don't you love how that happens? I do. I think it's funny. Oh, maybe for some of you, this person is a little bit materialistic and superficial. Maybe they are afraid that if they were to exit this relationship, they don't know what they would do financially. But I'm kind of feeling like this person's very materialistic, very superficial. They don't feel like your all cycle is complete yet. So they still feel some unfinished business between the two of you. They're holding on for dear life. They're not 100% sure why they feel karmically tied to you, because they are. I don't know if the two of you were karmic soulmates when you first came together, but you are now. You definitely are now. What's the outcome from now until Halloween? Moon card. So basically, you're repressing your feelings, not really sharing a whole lot with this person about how you feel. Basically just a plateau. I'm not seeing any changes at all. Not seeing it getting better. I'm not seeing it getting worse. I'm seeing it pretty much stay the same. Pretty much. Could be a Pisces for some of you. Also, I have Capricorn here. What's the advice? Queen of Swords reversed. Seven of Cups reversed. Well, whatever you do, don't start looking around and shopping around for another love option. I know that may not apply to very many of you, but I know there's a couple of you that it does. The solution to your problem is not a new relationship. When it all comes down to it, I don't know who needs to hear this. This is for everybody. The relationship isn't the problem, and a new relationship is not the solution. I'll never forget. I know you hear me tell this story sometimes, but it made me laugh, dude. It was so hilarious. I had a client come to me maybe 6 months ago, and she said, I've been married for 20 years, and I feel like I've lost myself in this marriage. Is any new love coming in? And I said, whoa, 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 whoa. You've been married for 20 years and you feel like you've lost yourself in this marriage. And you think the solution to that is a new relationship coming in? Now, I wasn't rude about it. I didn't say it like that, but I'm thinking, what the fuck? No, that is not the solution to the problem. If you lost yourself in this marriage, you think you're going to find yourself with a new person to come distract you even more from the problems you have going on inside? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That's not how you find yourself. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. And she got so pissed off at me. Oh, she got mad. She got so pissed because what she was wanting me to say was go file for divorce, take half your husband's shit, and just move a new man into his house and kick him out of his own house and everything he's worked for. That's what she was wanting me to say. Are you fucking kidding me? I said, you know what? The best course of action would be to take a little bit of alone time and healing time. Alone time, a little bit of alone time and healing time is going to be mandatory. It's not that you can't heal while you're in a relationship. It's possible. It's just very, very difficult. And I've never seen very many people do it successfully. When you're in a relationship with somebody, you're distracted. You're worried about them. You're focused on them. So it's so hard to pay attention to what you got going on in here when you got somebody distracting you from that. So being alone isn't required in order to go through the healing process. It's just smart. It's smart. It's much, much, much smarter. See what I'm saying? So take that information and do with it what you will. All right, Libra. 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 What's going on with Libra and their current situation? Boom. What does this mean, dude? Why does this keep coming out? Fuck that card. I'm putting it back in the deck. It keeps coming out for everybody. What the fuck does that mean? All right. If it's meant to be in the reading, it'll come out. But I'm getting sick of seeing that jump out. Doesn't make any fucking sense. Boom. Three of Swords. Oh, shit. Could be a suspected third party for some of you. Oh, this is a karmic soulmate you're dealing with here. You all have a karmic contract from some previous lifetime. And no, I don't think you have figured it out yet. But the connection just isn't there anymore, especially if there was infidelity in the past. Now, I know that that's not the case for everybody. So if you don't have rock solid evidence of infidelity, don't take that and run with it. But I know there's a couple of you in which there was infidelity in the past. And if that resonates with your situation, that infidelity has put a permanent dent in the connection. Whoever did it, I don't know if it was you did it or they did it. Whoever it was that did it, the other person is not over that. The other person has never looked at this relationship the same since. They're not over it. They just can't get over it. They're just not putting it behind them with the Three of Swords and the Lovers reversed. Now, again, I know that's not the case for everybody, but even at that, I still kind of feel like there may be suspected infidelity. You know, like, I don't know, maybe the person that you dealt with 2 years ago went out partying with some friends, and for some reason, you just don't trust them. You're still thinking about that night that they went out partying with some friends and were gone all night and didn't show up until 6 o'clock in the morning. And that night has just been lingering. You know, that type of energy. You know what I'm talking about. That's just been lingering. I've just been suspecting this whole time you cheated on me that night. I know that was 3 years ago, 4 years ago, but it just lingers and it lingers. And that energy is highly toxic. Highly. But now here's where it gets weird. 10 of Cups. So it almost kind of feels like the majority of these problems are hiding under the rug. It may be kind of like the purple elephant in the room, the big ball of energy that's unspoken, that's kind of uncomfortable, a little bit weird. Nobody's saying nothing. Communication is horrible between the two of you. And like I said, there's a big lack of trust here, whether that's warranted or not. Could be a Gemini. Let's see who I got. I got Gemini, Aquarius, and Aries. All right. Those are just energies, though, y'all. Those are just energies. So if you're not dealing with any of those signs, it's no big deal. All right. Well, let's get 3 cards looking at this person's energy. Ooh, this person's a little manipulator, ain't they? They a little manipulator. See, they don't trust you. With the 7 of Swords. They don't trust you. Yeah. I don't know if you suspect infidelity on their part, but they definitely suspect it on your part. 9 of Swords. 7 of Swords. It keeps them up at night. It keeps them up at night. They don't even know whether or not they're 100% committed to this because their suspicion of now, especially if there was infidelity on your part. I know that may only be 1 or 2 of you, but especially if there was infidelity on your part and you all agreed to work through it, they ain't over it. They never got over that. No, they did not. Oh, no, they did not. They still lose sleep every single night thinking you're going to do it again. But whether there was infidelity or there wasn't, for some reason, there's a big lack of trust here. What's the outcome from now until Halloween? Ooh, it fell on the floor. Hold up. Star card. Oh, Page of Wands. No, I'm not seeing this coming to an end. Not seeing this coming to an end, but I am seeing a ticking time bomb here. Here's the analogy I'm going to use. You know those helium tanks that you put balloons on? You put the balloon over it, and then you turn the valve, and it blows up the balloon. Imagine you stuck a balloon on a helium tank and just barely cracked the valve. Just barely. So subtly that it almost doesn't even look like it's doing anything. But a little bit of helium is coming through and it's slowly blowing up. Slowly, slowly, slowly. That's what this is. So I'm not seeing a whole lot happening for October, but eventually that balloon's going to pop. Eventually, at some point. What's the advice here? Ooh, the Wheel of Fortune. Karmic contracts for everybody, yo. Everybody. Be dealing with karmic contracts. Okay. First of all, emotional independence is of the utmost importance. But whatever this issue is, whatever this lack of trust is, we got to get to the bottom of it somehow, some way. And again, I know there's all different kinds of situations. I know some of you cheated in the past. Some of you, they cheated in the past. Some of you, both of you cheated in the past. Some of you, none of you cheated in the past. There's all kinds of situations we're dealing with here. Regardless of what type of situation it is, that lack of trust has got to be resolved, especially those of you who nobody cheated in the past. If nobody did anything wrong in the past, you didn't do nothing wrong, and they didn't do nothing wrong, that's a very serious problem. That energy is actually on an energetic level a little bit worse than those of you who there was infidelity in the past. Because if there wasn't, and you're inventing it in your mind, then that is indicative of a much more deep-rooted, deep-seated issue that needs to be resolved. Either way, though, we got to get to the bottom of this. If we can't resolve this little trust issue, if we can't resolve it, it will end up leading to the demise of the connection at some point. I'm not seeing it for October, though. Not seeing it for October. All right, Scorpio. When I get off here, I'm going to get in there and I'm going to slow down my autofocus settings on my camera. That's so fucking annoying. All right. Scorpio. What's going on between Scorpio and the current person? What's the problem? What's the issue? Emperor could be an Aries for some of you. Oh, whoa. This is telling me it's looking like separation's right around the corner. Oh, wow. Yeah. You planning for it, aren't you? You already got the escape route and everything mapped out in your mind, don't you? If it's not you, it's them. Somebody here's planning for it. But with the Empress and the Seven of Pentacles, I don't know. I'm not going to say whether or not it is or it isn't happening in October, but it's definitely being planned for. Definitely. I have a feeling that one wrong move. It's being very, very well premeditated and thought out. Yep. As soon as there's an open door of opportunity, and it's not even telling me why. And I think whoever this is looking for an open door of opportunity, what they consider to be an open door of opportunity, a new relationship, a new person. Just jump straight from one to the next. It's being planned. It's being thought out. Maybe for some of you, there's already a third party involved. Or you have somebody in mind. Maybe there's one or two of you. You already got your eye on somebody, and you may not be talking or nothing like that, but you got your eye on somebody like, yo, I'm going to try to see if I can get with that person. If I can get with that person, I'm gone. That's stupid. I don't know who that resonates with. If that doesn't resonate for you, just chuck it and don't worry about it. But I know there's at least one of you that does. That's stupid. That's stupid. That ain't going to work out. It's not going to work out. Promise you it's not going to work out. Let's look at this person's energy. Let's look at this person's energy. Yep. Man. See, why does that keep coming out? They don't trust you. Okay. So they be snooping through your shit. That's what they do. They be snooping through your shit, looking through your phone. You know, like say you're on the couch texting or whatever, and then they kind of walk through the next room. They stop. And they be looking over your shoulder, you know, trying to see if they can read the name, trying to see if they can read the text. Who's Scorpio talking to? Who is it? Maybe try to sneak up behind you. You know what I'm saying? Trying to sneak up so you don't see. Try to be all like, you know, sneaky about it. Maybe walk past you and do it with the side eye like this. You know, try to sit next to you and look at your phone like that. You know what I'm talking about? With the little side eye. They don't trust you. They be snooping. Probably go through your phone while you sleep. And I mean, okay. I'm the type to fucking go through it. Here, go through it. Ain't got no passcode on it. You can open it right up. Bam. Go through it. You ain't gonna find nothing though. But the simple fact that you think you have to go through my phone, that's where I'm like, why? Why do they feel that way? That's an open-ended question. They don't trust you. What's the outcome? What's the outcome from now until Halloween? What's the outcome? Well, this is starting to drain you. I don't see you moving on from this within the next month. I don't. But this is starting to drain you. Starting to drain you. What is the advice? Just be sure you have your priority list in order. Sometimes you just got to get your priority list in order and focus on what's important. Now, I'm tailoring this specifically to the Scorpios who have good, pure intentions and aren't doing anything wrong. Now, if you're a Scorpio and you know you being a little bit shady, you know you be flirting with people, you know that you be keeping little secrets and you be planning on leaving this person and you're thinking about maybe trying to hook up with that person. Now that you're fucked up. You got issues you need to deal with. This advice isn't for you. This advice is for the Scorpios who have a pure heart of gold. You know that you ain't doing nothing wrong. You know you're respecting the boundaries of your relationship. And you know there is no reason for this person not to trust you. You focus on you. You focus on you. Go inside. Go inside and ask yourself, am I doing anything wrong? No, I'm not. Am I being sneaky? No, I'm not. Am I doing anything behind this person's back that would be disrespectful to a relationship? No, I'm not. Common human decency, common sense. Am I breaking any common human morals here? No, I'm not. Then you focus on you. Take your focus off of them. You believe whatever the fuck you want. You don't trust me? I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. You don't trust me? That's your problem. That's your issue that you need to work on. Fuck you then. I'm focused on me, my goals, my finances, my priorities. I'm focused on me. I'm putting myself as my number one priority then. If that's your attitude towards me, fuck you then. I ain't got no time for you. Sometimes you got to adapt that mentality. Sometimes there's a time and a place for everything, and that's one of those times. All right. All right. Sagittarius. Mm-hmm. What is the problem? What's the issue? What's going on between Sagittarius and the current person? Boom. Six of Wands reversed. You're starting to feel like this is a waste of time. Ooh, that's you, boo-boo. That's the Sagittarius card. Could be a fellow Sagittarius that you're dealing with. However, I feel like that's your energy. There's a part of you that feels like you're wasting your time, but you are being very, very patient while things hopefully fix themselves and whatnot. Okay, wow. What's that all about? I feel like you may be anticipating a worst case scenario, but I don't feel like you're walking away from this. This is a karmic contract, by the way. And no, it's not complete yet. This is a strange... Now, let me clarify something here, because hang on. Ace of Wands reversed. Yeah, see, this is one of those types of situations where... And the World reversed. Shit. Where... you can't even really put a finger on exactly what it is. Like, you may be able to put your finger on one problem, but you know that that problem was caused by something else. And that problem was caused by something else. And that loops around to this problem. And it's like, I don't even know how we got here. So I don't even really know where to start when it comes to fixing and working on this issue. I think you're dealing with somebody with very low self-confidence, little to no self-esteem. And that can manifest itself in two extreme ways. Either this person could just be a little bitch with their tail between their legs, or this person could be overly like aggressive and angry and cocky and arrogant and mean. That there's like usually two different ways that energy can express itself, and they're usually one extreme end of a spectrum or another. But this is confusing me. I'm not going to lie. That's confusing. Maybe for some of you, you've already been on and off. Maybe this could be the second or third time you all have gone through this little rodeo here. If that be the case, for those of you dealing with an on and off connection, the last time you all reconciled, I don't think you properly processed through the issue that separated the two of you to begin with the Five of Cups here. We just came back together and just stuffed it under the rug and just said, let's wipe the slate clean and start new and start fresh. And while that sounds good on paper, energetically, that don't work. Not energetically. It don't matter where you stuff that energy. It ain't going nowhere until you process through it. You have to process it. You have to process that energy. You can't run from it. You can't laugh about it and giggle it away, like pretend that it never happened. You have to process it. And y'all ain't, and those of you dealing with an on and off, you're not processing it. Let's see how this person feels about you. Let's look at their energy. By the way, it could be an Aries for some of you. I had Aries and Sagittarius in that last spread. All that fire, boy, all that fire. All right, let's see. How's this person feel about you? Judgment. So they do feel a lot of tension between the two of you. They feel like they walk on eggshells, but they have made up their mind that they do want to be with you and they do want to work on this. So they don't want to go anywhere. Four of Swords. Yeah, this makes them, they're real nervous, restless, and antsy about this situation because they're just as confused as you are. And they do feel the tension. They do feel the restlessness and the uneasiness, but they've made up a solid decision. They want to be with you. They don't want to go nowhere. But they ain't working on it. So what's the outcome from now until the end of October, till Halloween? What's the, this is say you might be moving on from this. Oh, you might move on from this and choose to be single. Oh, wow. Yeah. I didn't expect that. Okay, well, what's the advice then? What is the advice? Four of Wands. This has the potential to be fixed. Look, there's a marriage in this one here. They're getting married. This has the potential to be fixed and repaired. We got to have a conversation, and we both have to be open and willing to admit our faults. And then we both have to put forth action on working on them. It's very simple. There can't be no finger pointing. There can't be one person who thinks that they don't have any work that they have to do. Both of us have to be able to hold ourselves accountable for our own flaws and work on them. And we have to actually do it. You can't just say, yeah, well, yeah, I agree that I have this emotional trigger from when my dad abandoned me and my mom used to beat me with a belt. Now I have this emotional trigger, blah, 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 blah. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. You're a human. You live on Earth. That shit happens. Sorry. Tough titty said to kitty. I get it. You ain't got no control of that. But it's your responsibility to work on processing through that and releasing that. Now it's your responsibility as a grown-ass adult to do something with that. And you have to actually do it. You have to do it. You have to do the inner work. It's not fucking fun. You have to put forth action. Actions speak louder than words. If you could get both of you, not just you, not just them, both of you doing that work, Y'all could get married if you're not already. If you're already married, you could save the marriage. All right, Capricorn. Caparoo. What's the issue? What's the deal with Capricorn and the current situation? Uh-oh, King of Wands reversed. Somebody just playing games here and don't even take this situation seriously. That don't feel like your energy. Capricorn invented seriousness, and Virgo was their business partner. I have a hard time believing that you ain't taking this serious. That feels like the person you're dealing with. Could be you for some of you, I guess. I just feel like this person ain't taking this serious. They just look like you may be under the impression that it's kind of just a game to them. Empress reversed. Really, really, really strong connection that you take very seriously. And you're very disappointed because it doesn't look like they do. Trust and believe they feel the connection just as intensely as you do. I'm really honestly feeling like y'all just speak two completely different vibrational, emotional, and love languages. Totally different. Especially if you're dealing with a goddamn Gemini. Y'all definitely speak two completely different vibrational, emotional, and love languages. Completely different. This person does wish things could go back to the way they were back in the good old days with the Six of Cups energy there. But you feel as though this is very one-sided because it just doesn't seem like they give a shit. Trust me, they do. I can already tell you they do just by looking at this. Let's look at their energy. Let's give them specifically an energy check. Let's give them specifically an energy check. Let's see. Why the fuck does the Knight of Cups reverse keep coming out for everybody's energy, dude? It don't make no goddamn sense. The fuck? I'm getting tired of seeing that shit, man. Between the Knight of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups, it always comes out for somebody's energy. So they're aware that there is a problem. They're kind of just hoping that what this person is hoping is that you will see things from their perspective, that you all just approach things differently. So they're not learning and speaking your love language. They're kind of hoping that you'll just understand their love language and just let them be who they are is what they're hoping. Don't quite work that way. Don't quite work that way. If we speak two different love languages, it's my job to learn yours and your job to learn mine. And it's respectful. It's called mutual respect. You know, none of this one-sided bullshit. Oh, you just need to learn my love language. You know, no, I'm going to take initiative and I'm going to learn yours first. Now, if you don't reciprocate that and learn mine back, then I'll take issue with that. But, you know, I think this person's just kind of hoping and waiting that you'll just basically learn their love language. And then, you know what I mean? And yeah, I don't think they have bad intentions necessarily, but they are a little bit self-absorbed. This is saying that you might end up walking away from this with the Eight of Cups energy there. Oh, shit. What's the advice here then? Man, y'all need to try to have some fun together. Y'all need to have some fun, dog. Y'all need to have some fun. In the meantime, you be the bigger person, learn their love language. If you've already done that, bring it up to them and let them know. Bring it up to them and let them know. There needs to be some, you know, equal give and take. Don't try too hard to force things. Y'all need to have more fun together, is what this is telling me. Y'all need to have some more fun together. That's probably one of the most lighthearted readings I've done all night or all day, whatever. Okay, well, neato. All right, Aquarius. Aquarius. What's the issue? What's the problem between Aquarius and their current situation? Boom. Ooh, the Emperor could be in Aries for some of you. A battle of control. And the Empress. We have the Emperor and the Empress. Okay, well, now that's confusing. Some of you could have kids with this person, I guess, because we do have the mother and the father that came out back to back. And these are divine masculine and divine feminine counterparts. So what's the fucking problem? What's the issue? Oh, okay. The King of Cups reversed. Maybe it just kind of feels like the love is draining dry from this connection here. I'm not seeing anything serious here. If there is serious issues, they're not coming through. What this is telling me is this is like one of those situations in which when the honeymoon phase is over, see, when two people come together, or when you obtain anything new in your life, I don't care if it's a new relationship or a new car or a new job, anytime you obtain something new in your life, that produces a really heavy, intense explosion of happiness and pleasure chemicals in your brain. In regards to relationships specifically, we refer to that as the honeymoon phase. Okay, the happiness. Oh man, the new person, the new love, the new yeah. Well, the honeymoon phase is going to wear off. When the honeymoon phase wears off, whether or not a true love connection was ever formed between the two of you will be exposed and revealed. What usually happens when the honeymoon phase wears off? What usually happens? We don't even like each other anymore, do we? I don't like you. You don't like me. We don't really enjoy hanging out together. Don't really enjoy spending time around each other. What are we doing? It's kind of what this looks like to me, honestly. I'm feeling like some of you, at least one of you, I don't know who, but one of you never really took the time to form that true, genuine connection in the beginning. And then once the honeymoon phase wore off, it was like, okay, what are we doing? But again, I'm seeing divine masculine and divine feminine counterparts here. So y'all need to work on this connection, because if not, you know what's coming. And I don't think this is necessary with the Emperor and the Empress right there. Codependency. This is a codependency connection. Okay. That explains it. That always happens in codependency connections. See, a true codependent, that honeymoon phase, a true codependent believes that honeymoon phase, that feeling is love. And it's kind of like a drug addict. You know, whenever somebody gets hooked on a drug, they're constantly chasing that first high and they never get that first high ever again. That's kind of how a codependent is. That in the beginning, heavy, intense explosion of emotions, they think that's love and that is supposed to be permanent. Well, once that wears off, they're constantly searching for that high. They need that constant reassurance and that validation and that reassurance and that validation to try to recreate that high they felt in the beginning, like a drug addict, constantly trying to get that same feeling that they got the first time they did that drug. And it doesn't happen that way. You know, well, we need to turn that energy around. We need to turn that energy around. What's this person's energy look like? How do they feel about you? How do they see you? Oh, death card. Uh-oh. They feel like things are slowly coming to an end. Emperor again. Could be a Scorpio or an Aries for some of you. And the codependency card again. I think some of you are dealing with a codependent. So you know what that means, Aquarius? That's your job to create their happiness for them. It's your job to make sure they feel the way they want to feel. It's your job. Their emotions are your responsibility. That's what that means. No, they ain't. You can't do that. You can't do that. If that was possible, hey, check this out. Check this out. If that was possible, if you could create happiness for another human, I wouldn't have a job if it worked that way. Think about that. Take all the time you need thinking about that. There's only one reason why I have a job, and that's because 8 billion fucking people can't figure this shit out yet. That's why I have a job. What's the outcome from now until Halloween? What's the outcome? I feel like y'all are going to give this a go. Nobody is walking away from this. Y'all are going to try to start new and start fresh. Y'all are working on this. I'm not seeing an ending happening. Yeah, I'm seeing that you're making a solid decision not to walk away from this and to give this another go. What's the advice? We need to restore the connection that, restore. We need to work on the connection that should have been formed in the beginning. That's what we need to do. That true, genuine, and it starts, honestly, you know where it starts? With a friendship. That's where it starts. It starts with a friendship. So working on that friendship that should have been started in the beginning, a mutual friendship. If you can start working on that and actually develop a true, genuine friendship with this person, that will restore this connection. Yes, it will. This is one of those situations that there's no legitimate reason why it needs to come to an end. All right. Pisces. Is there a deck I haven't used yet? No, there is not. No, I haven't used this one yet. Whoops. It's already yelling at me. All right, Pisces. Boom, 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 boom. Boom. Uh-oh, you falling out of love with this person? It's telling me that you're falling out of love. Either that or maybe this person's falling out of love with you. Somebody's falling out of love here, but nobody's walking away. I feel like you're falling out of love, Pisces. It just doesn't seem like this person cares. I think they do, though. Ooh. You don't think they care, but they do. And that crisscross fucking applesauce, goddamn vibrational mismatch communication between the two of you is leading to lots of conflict. I don't know why. I don't know why you feel like this person doesn't care. Maybe they're just not showing it the way you want them to, but they do. With the King of Cups energy here, they do. I just don't think that they show it in a way that you would like them to. So it's leading to lots of drama. Nothing is getting fixed here. You're falling out of love and you're contemplating. But I don't see you walking away from this. I do not. Well, let's get 3 cards and see how they feel about you. How they feel about Pisces. Whoa. Moon card reverse. That's the Pisces card in the reverse. That's how they feel about you. So, of course, they're pointing the finger at you, and they believe that all of your all's problems are your fault. Of course. Of course. There's always finger pointing, right? King of Swords, though. So this person's very logical. They do love you, but they don't make decisions based on their emotions. King of Pentacles. So these two dudes right here, yeah, they are not the most soft, lovey-dovey dudes, you know, in the tarot. They're very kind of detached, cold, a little bit distant, but that doesn't mean that they don't have really deep emotions. They just don't have their emotions in the driver's seat. That's what it means. Especially if you're dealing with an air or an earth sign. What's the outcome from now until Halloween? Ace of Wands. Yeah, like I said, I'm not saying that you move on from this here. I'm not, but you're becoming more and more numb. More and more numb. You're getting number and number and number as time goes on. So you're just really falling out of love. And I'm thinking that probably by around late fall, early winter, you're making up your mind to plan an escape from this, but I don't see it happening anytime soon. What's the advice here? Knight of Pentacles again. Queen of Swords. Okay. So one or two things here. Either A, I accept you as who you are and just deal with it. I learned to love you for who you are. If that's just not the way you express your feelings and emotions, then that's just not the way you express your feelings and your emotions. I learned that that's you. I learned to accept that, and I just deal with it. Or B, the other extreme, I don't want to be with nobody like that. If that's who you are, that's really who you are. I don't want that. Very simple. This is a crossroads here. A crossroads here. Because it's going to start. Now, this is not the end all be all, because like I said, every relationship requires work. But the very first step before you make it to the crossroads is, do I accept this person as they are? I don't care who you are. I don't care what your sign is. If you're with somebody that you think needs to change into a totally different person, what are you doing? We all need to grow, evolve, and change. We all do. But if I'm in a relationship with somebody and I am so displeased with how they carry themselves, how they express themselves, how they show their emotions, I'm so displeased with that. Well, that's the person that I got with. That's the person I got with. So if I desperately feel like they need to change into a completely different person, do I even need them in my life? This is a question to ask yourself. So do I accept? Well, that's just who you are. All right. Well, I'm just gonna learn to accept it and learn to love you for who you are. That'll be the first step. Of course, that's not the end all be all. That's just the first step. Or, no, I don't want to be with a person like that. If that's who you are, that's not for me. That decision needs to be made within the next month. And then we'll go from there. All right. I feel like those were the messages that all of my signs of the zodiac needed to hear. So it's time to go ahead and end this reading here. Thank you all so much for tuning in and playing along. I greatly appreciate every ounce of love and support y'all still be showing me after 5 long years. Man, y'all still be showing up and showing out, and that's what makes my job worthwhile here on YouTube, y'all. I greatly appreciate you. Don't forget to check the description of this video if you would like to find out how to schedule a personal reading. I still got my September reading sale going on, where all pre-recorded personal readings are $50 off. and that is to celebrate my 5 years reading tarot on YouTube. Back in September 2018, I made the random decision to put a couple of tarot videos on my channel because I was fucking bored one day, off work with nothing to do, and I had no idea that that decision was going to completely change my life. So this is just a way to be able to give something back in these hard times where the economy fucking sucks. Doesn't look like the economy is doing any better. I'm going through and I'm looking at my shit, and while everybody else is jacking their prices up, I'm figuring out ways that I can take prices down. Every time we go through something like this, I always like to be the rebel and combat the system. It's like, no, I'm taking my prices down. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, all the information for that is in the description of this video, and there will be special deals and sales for the rest of this year. And after that, I might even just slash all my prices permanently if the economy keeps going through the roof and getting shitty. I'm an Aquarius. I'm a rebel. I do the opposite. You know, while they're jacking up gas prices, I'm taking my prices down. You know, so anyway, though, I greatly appreciate y'all. Thanks again for tuning in. I'll see you sometime between now and the rest of all eternity. Y'all stay blessed.